Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. Today we're going to talk about event marketing. So in today's class, first of all, I'm going to briefly introduce a little bit about marketing concept, and also we'll talk about how we're going to develop our marketing plans, and then we're going to look at target marketing and marketing segmentation, and we'll look at marketing mesh, which means we're going to talk about 4P, right? Price, product, promotion, and place. And the last part of the lectures, we're going to focus on how we're going to develop a promotional strategy. Okay, so first of all, what is marketing, right? This term is very common, right? We heard about marketings all the time. We also say marketing is everywhere in our life. When you walk on the street, you can see so many advertisements around you. When you staying home watching TV, watching video, watching different kind of sports events, you can see so many different commercials that has been broadcast on TVs. So those are all part of the marketing. So marketing examines the process of getting potential customer to purchase a product or service. So who has been considered as our customers? So who are we trying to target? Right. So the customers normally include two types, right? Some of the customer we consider them are existing customer. That means they're using your product right now. They're maybe season ticket holders, or they have been using your products all the time, or they come to your events all the time, right? So those are we consider them as existing customers. And the second type of customers called potential customers are those individuals who haven't really committed to your events. So who have never been to your events, maybe have heard of it, but have never been to these events or not even heard of it. But they might be interested in the future. So those customers will consider them as potential customers. So those are the customer should we really target. So one of the very important roles for the marketing is we need to go identify the target markets. So majority of the events, you're not going to target every single person. So you're only going to target one particular group who are more likely to be the customers of your event. So we're going to really look at those customers in particular. In addition to the customer, quality is also very important. So qualities could be a very competitive strategies for you to promote your products and also to promote your business and promote your service. So a lot of time we have to go and figure out how we are able to enhance the qualities of the service that we provide during these events. Speaking about sports events, because the quality of the product a lot of times is we can't control as a marketers, right? We can't promise to the customer saying like, please buy these tickets because this is going to be an amazing game. So we can't guarantee the levels of competitions, right? But only thing we're trying to sell is we try to sell the experience, right? We try to let people know that coming to watch the competition like this, you will get an amazing experience that you have never had something similar before. So the quality of the product could be determined by whether we have a high profile athlete to be part of this competition, whether this competition has been held in a well-known facility, whether this event has a great history, also a pretty good reputations, right? So those are something we need to work on in order to promote our products, promote our events. We talk about sports events in this course. So what makes sports events very unique, separate from other events, right? So there are a number of different things that make sports events kind of unique. The first thing we would like to say is for the sports events, they're perishable, they're simultaneously produced and consumed. What does that mean? Sports events is perishable. And that means when the event is over, they're over. Right, and the tickets and sponsorships are unrefundable and resold later. Unlike other products, right? So you're going to buy the product and at the store, in the grocery markets, and you buy the product, you don't like it, you can ask for refund, you can go and return it. Sports event, no, you can't really refund for the product you just sell, you can't really ask for refund for the ticket you just bought, right? When the event is over, it's over. The ticket to yesterday game has no value today, right? Maybe you have a Super Bowl tickets, you spend like $3,000 to buy that tickets, but when the event is over, the ticket you having doesn't mean anything. Doesn't really cost that much money, right? So you can't ask for the refund, right? So that's what makes sports event unique, is they're perishable. Also, they are also simultaneously produced and consumed, right? So unlike other products, so for instance, if you want to go and buy a bottle of water, you can just go to supermarket, buy a bottle of waters, and come back, and you can decide when and where, how you want to consume this product, how you want to drink this bottle of water. Sports events different. You have the ticket, you go to watch the events. When you are watching this event, the events is also being produced, right? So the process of productions and consumptions is the same, right? They simultaneously happen at the same times, right? So this is about the first thing, what makes sports events unique. Second thing is the customers very different. So customers, sometimes you could find highly identified with the teams or events. You could find a very loyal fans, right? So maybe they've been supporting a team for many years. Although the team might not have a very good result in the past seasons, but loyal fans always come back and visit the stadium and purchase products, right? Unlike other products, if you buy other products, you try this product for the first time and the quality is horrible, it's not made what you expected, and you will start consuming them, right? So it's really different. The third thing is the cost of attending events is much greater than just the ticket price. So as an event marketer, you have to know the way we make money, not just from tickets. We can make money from many different ways. We can make money from sponsorship, make money from broadcasting radio. We can make money from selling merchandise products. We can also make money from selling concessions. So there are many different ways that we can make monies, right? So the fans, the money they spend on the tickets, only part of the money they spend on these events, right? Fans, when they come to the events, they would like to buy some other things associated with these events, which is also a great opportunity for you to generate revenues. So for the marketer, you have to think about what kind of creative idea that you can come up with. Then you'll be able to maximize the revenue generation. And the last thing makes sports event kind of unique is a sports kind of like a social event. So most of the customers, they prefer to attend and participate with other customers, right? Unlike shopping. Now, a lot of people maybe go out for shopping with your friends. Some people like shopping by themselves. But you don't like to go to the shopping mall with thousands of people there. They try to, buy the same products, right? Because you don't want to spend so much time waiting to get the products, right? Sports kind of different, right? Sports really socialized competitions. People enjoy watching these events with another strangers, and people enjoy these atmospheres and also give you the opportunity to interact with people that you don't know, right? But you guys share the similar interest, right? So that's something makes sports events very unique. When we talk about marketing planning process, so normally they start with we need to go and set the organizational goal first, and then we're going to set marketing goal. Make sure the marketing goal we set need to relate to the organizational goal. So we're going to talk a little bit about it later, and then we have to go and conduct some analysis. Right, we talked about SWOT analysis before, or you learn about SWOT analysis in other courses. SWOT analysis basically talk about strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. So what are the strength and weakness that we have, and what opportunity that we can expand, and what threat that we're facing. Right, so those are internal and external analysis to help you understand where you are as an event. And then we're going to go in and develop marketing goal, right? And also set that objective. Goal and objective are different. So goal is more like broad and qualitative in nature. Adjective is very specific, and quantitative in nature, easy for you to measure, right? And then we're going to select a particular market, right? So we're not going to target every single person. Sports events hard to target every single person. So you're only going to target those people more likely to spend money or spend times on you, right? And then we're for the marketing selection process, we have to go and identify the target market and also segmentation to help you focus on specific elements. For the marketing strategies that related to 4P, we talk about product, price, promotion, and place, right? And then we're gonna implement those strategies that we just identified. And then at the end, we need to control. Right? The control process is to help you to understand whether we are on the right track to meet the goal that we develop. Okay, so this is the process for marketing plannings. Right. So for the marketing, we talk about we have to go and develop goal. Right. We have to develop organizational goal. We have to develop marketing goal, and the marketing goal, when you develop them, they need to be kind of consistent with the organizational goal. I'll give you an example. If the organization they try to achieve a goal is to promote a course like this event, right? The goal is we're gonna promote a course, maybe promote awareness of people's. Maybe we try to use this event, try to promote awareness of like cancer. So what would be the marketing goal? So if the marketing goal will need to be related to this organizational goal, so we can look at attendance. We hope a lot of people can come and attend this event. So they have, which means they give us the opportunity to promote these particular things to them, particular information to them. We can present this information to them, right? And also we care about participation numbers, right? So we want to have a lot of people participate in this event. Also, they give us opportunity to sell these informations. Media coverage is important because it's not all the people are able to get these informations. Not all the people have this opportunity to participate these events or attend this event. So a lot of people might get this information from media platforms. So media coverage can also help us achieve our goals, which is to promote a course, right? And also we could have a fundraising targets, right? So those are also the idea how we be able to develop a marketing goal that can associate with the organizational goal. And if our marketing goal or organization goal is to increase revenue, this is to target revenue generations, what will be our marketing goal? So our marketing goal could really focus on those areas that can help us generate revenues. So for instance, we can look at the registrations, like how much money that we're planning to generate from registration fee. Right? We can look at ticket sales, how much money that we are going to generate from selling tickets, sponsorships, broadcasting rights, right? So, and also merchandise products. So those are things that we can think about how we be able to maximize the revenues, right? So those are marketing goals need to be related to organization goal, right? And target marketing is important, right? Target marketing is that we will like to target a specific segments of the populations, right? It's hard for you to target every single person when you develop our target markets. So a lot of time we base on their geography, based on their buying power, based on their demographics, a lot of time based on their psychographic information. So I'll give you an example. For the Super Bowl, which is the most watched competition in the United States every year. So who will be Super Bowl's target markets? Right, Super Bowl every year that has attract almost 100 million viewers in the US, right? So to target them, obviously, first of all, we target football fans, right? Football fans, some of them maybe want to watch the games in person, where we try to target this group of people as well, right? And also we're gonna target these people mainly watch the games at home, right? So we're gonna target football fans. We're gonna target the people who might have a very limited interest a little interested in football, but interested more in entertainment because the Super Bowl does have halftime show, which is target people who more enjoy the pop culture, right? And also we can try to target family, right? Because Super Bowl become a very good family event that family can gather together and sit in front of televisions and to watch the game together, right? That's actually a very good way for you going to target them. So this is their target market. So how about NCAA men's basketball national championship? So NCAA Final Four, who should you target? Right, for the NCAA Final Four, first of all, you can target college fans, college sports fans, particularly those basketball fans. Right, those 4 universities qualify for the Final Four. You would like to target these 4 university fans in particular because they're more likely to go and watch the games, right? So you're going to target them. And also, you're going to target the whole city basketball fans for the people like this year's Final Four that took place in Indianapolis, right? So you're going to target the whole city basketball fan, who would like to come and watch the games. So that's kind of like how you're going to target, right? So this is about target marketing. So all the different events, although some of the events that look very similar, but they also try to make themselves very unique, so they can help you identify the very uniqueness for that events. So give example, if some students would like running marathons, you possibly want to participate those like major world marathons events. In the world marathons majors, they do have 6 primary events that are really popular internationally. So a lot of runners, they try to have these experiences of competing at these events. So those events including really well-known Boston marathons, and also London marathons, Berlin marathons, New York marathons, Chicago marathons, and Tokyo marathons. So all those events, they have a very different stories. They have different history, and they also made them events super unique. For instance, Boston Marathon starting in 1897, which was the first city marathons in the world. Right? It is the oldest city marathons. Right? And the first year when they had the marathon race, only got 15 runners participate, and now they possibly got nearly 20,000 runners participate. So Boston Marathon is pretty well known. So for the events like Boston Marathon really focus on their traditions. So one of the reasons why runners want to compete at Boston Marathon is, first of all, the requirement for competing at Boston Marathon is really high. So here I'll show you examples. So if it's a male athlete, if you age between 14 and 34, you need to finish marathon 3 hours and 5 minutes, and then you can qualify. So which means you're gonna run this time a year before, and then you can finally qualify for that. For the female athletes, they need to finish in 3 hours and 35 minutes if the age is between 18 and 35. So if you can meet this goal, you can finally qualify. So it's very, very competitive. So it's very hard to qualify. It's not that many people able to run a marathon in 3 hours, within 3 hours in the world, right? So that's something made them unique. They create very high standards for runners. And also, people who run Boston marathons also mention about the difficulties of the race. There's a lot of ups and downs during the race. This is very difficult. And also the event has been scheduled on Monday. Most of the marathon race has been scheduled on Sunday. They schedule the events on Monday. And also the people will be able to run across the Fenway Park, which is the Red Sox game. So they also have Red Sox game at that day as well. So normally kind of like create a sports festival in the cities in Boston. So it's pretty unique, right? The cost is also kind of expensive, right? For American runner, you have spent about nearly $180 in order to sign up for this event. So that's Boston marathons. How about New York marathons? New York marathon started in 1970s. it has been considered as the biggest marathon race since it has also every year about 100,000 people sign up for the race. Although it have 100,000 people sign up for the race, it's also kind of interesting. Is a lot of people would drop up the race like before. They drop out race pretty much like 50%. A lot of people will drop for the competitions, but New York Marathon set a very strict rule that you are not be able to get the money refund if you we drop the competitions a month in advance before the competition. So to compete at the New York Marathon, you can also look at very expensive, like nearly $300 for the fee. International runner have to pay $358. Right. What made New York Marathon kind of unique, obviously, is the city itself has a lot of landmarks, have a lot of like tourist place. So you'll be able to run across the downtown New York and look at all those very well-known landmarks. Made this marathon race kind of unique. And the third one we say is Berlin marathons. Berlin marathons also have this unique label, so it has been considered as the fastest marathon race in the world. So the event has been organized for nearly 40 years, right? The first time was started in 1974, and this race had already set a world record there. So for a lot of runners, if they want to try to get their PB, so they always choose Berlin marathons. So people has been doing a lot of research to understand why people run faster in Berlin than the other city. I mean, that has something to do with the competition itself, because Berlin is very flat. People can run in there. So also the competition has normally be scheduled in the fall when the weather is not that hot and humid. The people can really try to compete the best. So a lot of athletes set their PBs in Berlin, and others like London marathons, they began in 1981. So you also have nearly 40 years history, right? And what made London Marathon unique is also it has been utilized by a lot of fundraisers to raise funds. That is something made them unique. And like Tokyo Marathon starting in 2007. Although the event is very new, it's only been lasting for 15 years, but it attracted 2 million people to watch the race in Tokyo. Not watch on TV, they would watch the race in Tokyo. And also, Japanese audience are super crazy about this competition. So they bring a lot of food and drink to the runners. And Tokyo Marathon also has been considered as the most friendly marathon race in the world, because the cutoff time is 7 hours. They try their best to make sure everyone can finish the race. So it's very nice to have that experience to run in Tokyo. So those are what made those like a major marathon unique. You look at, although they're all like well-known marathon race in the world, but they also try to identify different market, right? Try to target different things, right? So for the very fast runners, they possibly want to try to compete in Boston because the race is very challenging. They like to take on the challenges, and also it's very competitive, right? If you want to set the best time, you go to Berlin. If you want to enjoy the great atmosphere, you go to New York or go to Tokyo, right? So just got a different experience, right? So those are about target market, to try to target different groups of the runners. And segmentation is also kind of important. So marketing segmentation is they try to categorize customers into smaller clusters and group identified by certain characteristics. So in terms of segmentation, the mean segmentation we always use include geography segmentation, psychological segmentation, demographic segmentation, and also behavior segmentations. So geography segmentation basically to go and identify a target customer. Where do they from? So where do they from really impact the way how they look at sport and their interest, right? So for instance, if you're from the UK, you possibly like soccer, you possibly like rugby. If you're from Australia, you possibly like cricket, you possibly like AFL, right? For the United States, you possibly like American football, you possibly like basketball and baseball, right? You're coming from Japan, you possibly like baseball, you possibly like soccer. So in all the different markets, they have a very specialized things there. So if from a different area, you might have a very different interest. If from Canada, you possibly like a lot of winter sport. You like curling, you like hockey, right? But if you're from Florida, possibly hockey is not your things, but you can enjoy golf because Florida does have like more than 1,000 golf course there. Okay, so your geography is really determine your interest. So that's one thing. The second thing is about psychological segmentation. Psychological segmentation is to categorize customers based on their interest, belief, and attitudes, right? For instance, we all consume information from media, but some people might like to obey information from radio. Some people want to get information from televisions. Some people want to get information from newspapers. Some people prefer to get information from social media, from internet, right? From different types of digital media like sports apps, right? So those are media preferences are very different. Their purchase consumers also their purchasing behaviors is also kind of different. It's kind of important for us to know what customer would like to buy, when, where, and how they would like to buy. Who can really help you understand their purchasing behavior or purchasing trend better. So some customers prefer buying things online. Some customers prefer to buying things in store, right? They have different preferences. So those are related to psychological segmentation. Demographic segmentation is easy, right? Demographic including their age, gender, ethnicities, educations, income, like family, life circles, right? So those are really defined people. Female customer and male customer, they have completely different interests, right? Behavior segmentation is to look at what benefit do customers seek for. So how and where do they buy things? Are they brand switchers? Are they heavy or light users? And do they view the product favorably? All right. So for instance, a lot of people like running, right? The reason people participate in running for different purpose, right? Some people, is they try to compete for their PB. Every time they try really hard to compete at PB. Some people care more about win, right? I want to win. Some people would like to just enhance health condition, make sure it is healthy, but they don't care much about whether I'm able to set my personal best or to win a competition, right? So people's interests are completely different. So those are behavior segmentations. They're looking for a different kind of benefits. So the next topic we're going to talk about is a marketing mix, right? Marketing mix, we're going to look at product, place, price, and promotions, right? What is a product, right? Sports product is the unit of exchange design to satisfy need and provide benefit to the event participants and spectators, right? Sports events product that including the groups we provide to the customers, right? That include like the merchandise groups. Also during the events, we also try to sell concessions. Also try to sell some other, I would say tangible goods. So those are sports events products. Services also sports events products. Services like including the interactions. So when you go and watch an event, you will interact with staff who work for the event. You will work with, you will interact with volunteers. If the staff and volunteer, they're super knowledgeable and they're super helpful, and you service satisfaction will be increased significantly, right? So information and the media contents, which is also part of the sports events. So that's something it's kind of important for you to know. So those are about products. Price is what you ask from a customer in order to watch or participate in events. A lot of time, price is not identical to the value of the products or quality of the product. We'll give you an example. You buy a can of Coca-Cola for an event. Normally costs a little bit more money compared to a Coca-Cola you buy from the vending machines and in the shopping mall, right? So the both Coca-Cola you purchase, one from a vending machine, one from the venues, the quality is more or less the same, right? Although you spend more money inside a venue, a sports event, but does not mean the qualities of the product you purchase is better than the product you purchase outside these events. So this has something to do with supply and demands, right? If you go on for shopping, there are so many options. There are so many places you can buy the soft drinks. But if you go inside the stadium, you don't have a lot of options, right? You only have certain options you can buy, right? So that's why the price is higher, but it doesn't mean the qualities you purchase is higher. So what factor will impact prices? A lot of things will impact the price. First thing is demands of the market. We talk about supply and demands, right? So those big events, we find out the price is very high. We talk about Super Bowl, the price is very high. The face value for the Super Bowl ticket possibly only costs like a few $100s, but most of people cannot buy a ticket from the event directly. A lot of time you buy the ticket from the secondary markets, it costs you $3,000, $4,000, right? So those well-known events like Super Bowl, World Series, Raider clubs, like these big events, demand is very high in the markets, so that's why cost is very high. Another example is another factor that will impact your price that include the competition itself. Like when you host these events, will also impact the price, right? And the venue where you're going to be hosting these events will also impact the price. The competitors will also impact the price. So if the same event that been hosting the same area, they charge you $30 for each of the fans, so you're more likely to match up with the money the other events charge you, right? And also the revenue generation will also need to cover the cost, right? The cost of this event is high. Normally the price is also high, right? Because you want to generate revenue that you can cover the cost. So those are the factors that can impact these events. For the pricing strategy, there are many different ways that we'll be able to set the price. So we can charge for admission. We can charge for the team and the groups. We'll give a group rate, sell it for a team rate, team package. The benefit for that is we'll be able to sell more tickets. Normally group rates, basically we get a little less money compared to we sell those tickets individually, but we can get more people to come, which can automatically help us to generate more revenues. We can bundle the administration price with other activity together. Think about when you go and watch a movie at the movie theaters. So they always have the package that you can have a drink, you have a popcorn, you can also have a tickets, right? So we can bundle things together to sell and also can help you to generate more revenue. In the sports event, if we have a lot of audience out of town, so we'll be able to create a package for them, right? So tickets, hotels, transportations, and other related service. We can give them a package. For the customers, they like to have this kind of convenience. They don't have to spend so much time doing research, doing everything by themselves, right? They'll be able to enjoy the convenience. For you, you can generate revenues from a lot of different places, right? Another very common thing that happens in professional sport now is called dynamic ticket pricing. So dynamic ticket pricing discuss a new concept that will see how ticket price fluctuate above and below the regular fee depending on the games. So what's dynamic ticket pricing is talking about we don't really set the price will be fluctuate based on the demands of the game. So give example, if your favorite team is doing extremely good this year, so for instance they're winning 5 games in a row, so normally the price for this game 6 will goes up significantly, because people all want to go and watch them to play, right? Because who doesn't want to support winning teams? Everyone wants to watch a winning teams to play, right? So that the price will goes up, goes up until the teams perform worse and the price will goes down. So the price is associated with the demands. A demand is high, the price is going to be high. So those are the price for the products. The next one is about place. Place refers to where and when are we going to distribute this event. So we have 2 different ways that we can distribute these events, right? The first one we're going to do is we're going to find a facility where we can host this event. The second thing is we're going to choose the media partners, find a different media to deliver these events, right? So those are 2 very important things that we need to know. And the last one is about promotion, right? Promotion is basically for the marketer. We try to communicate with the customer with these particular messages. For the promotion mess, normally we have to go and communicate a design messages and the image about the product. So how we normally promote something. So we're going to create a particular messages. A lot of time it's going to be the slogans or something that people can remember immediately, right? Or easy to attract their attentions, right? And for these messages, make sure that's correctly represent your products. The goal for the promotion process, we'll be able to create awareness, we can educate customers, and eventually we hope we can persuade customer to purchase the products at the end, right? So this is about promotion. So this is the first part of these lectures. The second part of this lecture, we're going to spend a little bit more time to talk about different kind of promotional strategies that we can use in event marketing. All right, we'll see you guys later.